Hey everybody, it's your favorite electrician Doug here. I'm here today with my good friend Russell, and today our episode of How to Be an Electrician revolves around weekly meal prep. Russell's going to help me make an old recipe that my grandmother passed down, and it's comprised mostly of electrical wires and chicken.
I'm excited to try it.
You should.
And I'm excited to try to make it myself someday.
Oh, cool. Well, I wouldn't recommend that.
Okay.
Before you do any meal prep, and any electrician will tell you this, it's good to get drunk.
I've been told it works well with electrical things.
It does, mostly electricians. So really, the soup is a really basic recipe. It calls for 3 different types of electrical conductor. Today we're going to go with number 14.
Okay.
That refers to the gauge and thickness of the wire and the amount of ampacity it allows to flow through it. So it's also like the finest and tastiest of the electrical wire.
For those that don't know that word, ampacity.
Amperage is in a book that you should read. Well, ampacity or amperage is the amount of electrical current flowing through a wire at a particular point in time. It's like water flowing through a faucet.
Okay.
But electrons moving through conductors.
Very ampacious. So what else do we have here?
So another thing I like to throw in this soup, and this is something that I added, are circuit breakers.
Okay.
And what those do is, when the soup is done, it's has 120 volts to it.
Okay.
So these circuit breakers make sure that there's no influx of ampacity that's gonna kill you, you know.
Okay. Does it matter if they're tripped or not?
They shouldn't be tripped. If they're tripped, yeah, they should be in the on position.
Oh, I see. There's even a label that says on.
Yeah, that's right.
How convenient.
They're pretty easy and delicious. We've also got, I like to cook with light bulbs mostly. Incandescents, they're more like a vintage light bulb. Everybody's eating LEDs these days and cooking with LEDs. I still like the flavor of a good incandescent bulb. So there are a couple of different ingredients I also like to put in, Russell, that make it really, really delicious. One is chicken. Another is dark chocolate. A little bit of dark chocolate I like to put in there. And then I like to sprinkle in some wire nuts. These are your standard wire nuts that are used in electrical installations to kind of bind wires together.
Okay.
Super tasty.
Does the chicken need to be cooked any particular way?
I prefer it raw.
Okay. Raw chicken is good.
Raw chicken is delicious. A lot of people are going to tell you that raw chicken will get you sick, and they are right.
I've eaten raw chicken.
Have you?
I'd still live to tell the tale.
Did you get sick?
No, I didn't even get sick.
How much of it did you eat?
Maybe about 3 or 4 ounces.
It's a good amount of raw chicken. And then another thing that is really important to add to any electrician soup are staples. I like to just kind of apply some staples. But the thing that is most important of all, for any electrician's diet, for their stomach, for the stomach lining, everybody's talking about your gut nowadays and your gut health.
Probiotics.
Probiotics. The thing that has the most probiotics in it, and that electricians like more than anything else, is liquor. I like to use the whole bottle, so that when you're working, you barely feel anything.
Do you know which probiotics it has? Is it like
all of them?
Saccharomyces or
all
whatever?
of them. If there's a probiotic, it's in there.
Okay. Look at all these beautiful tools.
They're beautiful, and they're my tools. I not only do electrical work with them, but I cook. It's important to cook electrician soup with your electrical tools and not use like kitchen tools.
And I see that you've also initialed them with DP.
Yes, that's my calling. That's my trademark. I haven't initialed that one yet, so it's yours for the taking. If you can steal it, I have no rights to that yet.
No DP on this.
That's right, not yet. Everything gets a DP eventually. What I'd like you to do, Russell, we're going to get started making the soup. This is a really, really important part. This tradition of making electrician soup has been going on as long as there's been electricity. Nikola Tesla used to eat this on a regular basis, and that's why he could conduct electricity through his body. This is true stuff. I'm telling the truth. So, step number 1. We need to take the wires and we need to put them in our pot.
Okay.
But it's important to use the tool for everything. There's no hands. You have to use either the needle nose pliers or the clines to pick those up. So I'm going to let you do the honors there, and I'll just critique every move you make.
Okay.
Okay, no, keep going.
Okay.
Okay. No,
Okay.
It's fine.
I thought it was getting more than one.
No, you were. It's going to take a minute.
Okay, maybe I'll use 2.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Do you have any electrical experience, Russell?
I have started to make electrical soup before.
Oh, you have? How far did you get?
Just
to this point right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So the experience you're talking about is actually taking place as we speak. You're definitely taking longer than most people take. I wouldn't...
Okay. I feel like maybe I am right-handed.
Oh, are you...
Here, let me try switching to the big one.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Okay.
There we go.
It's more difficult than it looks.
Yeah, it is. And I want all the people out there who need to hire an electrician to understand it's more difficult than it looks.
It really is.
So, let me tell you a little bit about what this soup does for you. Do you want to know the health benefits of electrician soup?
Of course, yes.
First of all, it's packed with vitamin E. And as everybody knows in the medical field, I'm no doctor, but vitamin E stands for electricity. And when you get the electrons moving around in your body, which is what this soup does, I feel like you just feel better, All right, now that we got the noodles in, and this is a technique that I will do for you because I have seen it done and have practiced it and everything for a really, really long time. And you just mash those fucking things in there. And there's really a trick to it. And I'm not showing you right now because it's too much it's for later. You'll learn it later. All right. Could you just put that entire bottle of gin in there, please?
Okay.
Thank you. And while you're doing that, I am going to add the staples. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Adding the gin. This is really important.
Okay.
7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep the gin coming now.
I think some of the staples hit me.
That's good. That's what they're supposed to do. Pour a little bit of that my way.
Okay. Yeah, just getting the end there.
That is good. Well, let's throw a couple wire nuts in there. You just, as many as you want. Just use your. That's way too much. That's way too much.
Okay.
That's way. Oh no, that's fine. It'll just. It won't be as good. It's fine. So.
Well, we don't want it to be.
It'll be. Good. It's whatever. It's fine.
This is our sustenance.
You're right. We should take a couple of those out of there. All right. That's enough. That's great. Okay. Did you wash your hands before we did this?
No.
All right. Perfect.
That's what we want. Okay.
You see, electrician soup is all about building up your immune system and your tolerance to electric shock. People ask me all the time in the trades, do you get electrocuted? And I say I used to, every day, all day, just electrocuted. And then I started drinking electrician soup. Man, I can lick an outlet with my tongue. Nothing. I am part of I'm part of the universal electric circuit. It's pretty remarkable.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm quite there.
Yeah, no, you're way not there.
Okay.
Let's add a few more things. Could we let's put one light bulb in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to stir it with Screwy Lewis here. You go ahead and add that light bulb right in there like that. Okay. And then let's put one of those circuit breakers in here. Make sure it's not tripped. Remember I said that's going to save our life someday.
Now
It needs to be turned on the... Push it up. That's right. Okay. Now you're in the on position.
Okay.
That'll trip if it needs to.
Okay.
And then I think I'm going to skip the chicken and the chocolate this time and just go straight for a couple of those bolts.
Okay.
Sometimes you want to improvise the soup, Awesome. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
I think we're good. Okay. We're going to throw this on the stovetop and we'll be right back. All right, come on over. I want to show you how the soup's doing so far. Come on in, take a look. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Ooh.
You're thinking that looks like basic chicken soup, but it's not. Those are actually electrical wires and light bulbs and all kinds of stuff. That's just your eyes playing tricks on you, and that happens a lot in the internet, so be careful. All right, so what we want to do is we want to check to see if the soup is done, and the best way to do that is to use your fluke meter and check the voltage. You should get a reading of about 120 volts somewhere in there when the soup is done. So come on over, I'll show you. take your leads, and both leads go right down there into the soup. As you can see, the soup is done when we are at 120 volts. Yummy. So now we eat.
All right, thanks, Doug.
You're welcome, Russell. Thanks for helping me make this. I think you're really gonna like it.
Oh yeah, it looks delicious. Okay.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Just like Mom used to make us.
That was really gross.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I can still taste it. Does that help?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, join us next time, guys, on how to be an electrician. Bye.
Whew. I don't know if I can do that by myself.
You probably can't, and it's best that you don't try. This is something that takes a long time to get good at.
All right.
And it's supposed to be terrible.
Great.
So that's it. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Make this fucking soup.